first time coming on the show.
Yo, what is up, crew? And welcome back to another video. I am so glad that you are here because in this video, we are going to talk about my 30-day Oura Ring experience. I've been using it for a bit over 30 days now with the Gen 3. And to preface that, I will also mention that I was previously using the Gen 2 for about a year and a half. And before that, I was using my Apple Watch and using the Pillow app in conjunction. With all that being said, in today's video, I'm going to talk about my experience with the Oura Ring Gen 3. And the main thing being, do I think it's worth it for you to spend your money on this gadget and tech? Second thing I'm going to talk about is the things that I like and things that I did not like. So stay tuned, or you can feel free to fast forward in this video in the cards, and you can just feel free to also fast forward to the very end where I share if I think it's worth it or not for you to spend your money on this. But if you're here and you're chimed in and you're tuned in and you're here with me, do me a favor, hit the like button. And if you like what you hear, do me a favor, hit the subscribe, share it with someone. It really helps me as a creator to continue to make these videos for you. So third thing I will be talking about is the things that I've noticed that have happened in my life since I have started using the Oura Ring, the subtle changes that I have made in my life that have actually had a huge compound effect. So with that being said, I'm so glad you're here, and let's get into today's video. So before I actually get started on everything, there's one thing I want to note with Oura, and that is Oura completely flopped and missed the mark on their launch of this product, the Gen 3 Oura Ring. And here's why. I saw so many comments, messages, tags on all of their Oura posts of just people just villainizing them and demonizing them. And it's everything from the same people getting the generic responses, not getting responses, people receiving rings that were not their size, people receiving rings that actually did not work and did not hold battery life, which I thought was interesting. I will say in my unboxing video, which I will tag right up here, as I mentioned, my ring kind of went to like Kentucky, then San Diego, then Los Angeles, then back to San Diego, then back to Los Angeles, and eventually to me here where I live in Southern California. But it had quite the journey before it finally got to me. I will also say that the sizing kit that came for me to size for my new ring, because I wanted to change fingers that it was on. Previously, I was using my index finger, and I just wanted to switch to my middle finger. Whether it's placebo or not, I will honestly say that it does feel more comfortable on my middle finger. But I guess use your discernment and see what fits best for you. They flopped. Putting it simply, Oura flopped their launch. I will also mention that a handful of the features they said they were going to come out with, they've only delivered on 2 of them. One being period prediction, which doesn't mean a whole lot to me, to be completely honest, and the other being the real-time heart rate, which is cool if you're someone that may have high blood pressure or you're concerned about your HRV and things of that nature. Then in that case, the real-time heart rate measurement will be beneficial to you. Or if you are a woman and you're interested in period prediction, that will be incredibly valuable for you. But other than that, they have not delivered on all of the other features. They also were hiding people's information behind a paywall, which meant if you didn't upgrade, you eventually were going to have to pay for their subscription service to get all of your indicator data. Now you're probably thinking, what does that actually mean? Are you telling me if I upgrade that I won't have to pay for the subscription? Essentially, that's what they were saying. If you were to upgrade from the Gen 2 to the Gen 3, you will not have to pay the subscription ever. You're basically grandfathered in. If you are just buying the Gen 3, then I believe you get 6 months for free, and then down the line, you will have to pay for their subscription to receive all of your indicator readings. Now what that actually means is when you use the Oura Ring, you get 2 readings, specific readings. You get your sleep and your readiness. And below that, you get your indicators for your sleep and you get your indicators for your readiness. Each of those readings, everything from deep sleep to REM sleep to efficiency to latency, all of these things play a role in what your total measurement is. Now with that, I think it's incredibly prudent to have access to all of those readings. So obviously use your discernment, but I personally believe that up upgrading, if you have the opportunity, would be beneficial for you in the future if you currently use Oura regularly and you enjoy seeing your latency, your deep sleep, your efficiency, your sleep time, the time you spent awake. I think it's very intriguing to see all of those things objectively and specifically to track that data. So that's one thing that they mentioned, was everyone that upgrades will not have to pay that subscription fee in the future. Whether or not they stick to that, I guess time will tell. So what I like about the Oura Ring, put simply, I really like how sleek the design is. It is very easy to wear on my finger, and I like that. It's very simple to wear. A lot of people think you're just being trendy, and it's a really cool conversation starter when people actually ask, hey, what's that ring that you're wearing? So I always like to show them so that way they can see the little indicators on it, and you can actually see sometimes from the heart rate measuring real time, you can see the little green sensors going off. So that's something that I like about it, that it's very sleek in the design, it's discreet, it's easy to wear. Another thing that I really like about it is the battery life. Compared to everything else that's out there, I haven't personally used the Whoop. I've heard great things about it. However, I have heard that the battery life is not as long as the Oura Ring. So the Oura Ring, mine lasts 7 days. This is my Gen 3, it lasts 7 days. My Gen 2 lasted around the same amount of time. I have had some friends tell me that since they've upgraded and they've gotten the gold or the silver, that their battery life is actually less than 7 days. Whether or not there's a correlation between that, I don't know. It could just be faulty tech, which happens with every tech product that's out there, pretty much. So I love the battery life. 7 days is very optimal for me. And when you do need to charge it, you throw it on and you only need to let it charge for about 15 to 20 minutes before it actually has a full charge. One question I do want to address that I get asked frequently anytime I talk to someone about the Oura Ring is, do you work out with it? The answer is no, I don't, because I don't want anything on my fingers while I'm actually exercising or while I'm doing some type of heavy compound lift. Could you use it for cycling, Zumba, body pump, any of those things? Sure, you could. However, I don't personally use it. I prefer using my Oura Watch with the health app integrated into the Oura Ring. However, that's just me. One thing I don't like about the Oura Ring, actually, I like most things about the Oura Ring. I can't think of many things that I don't like other than the customer service fiasco that happened with the launch, but I'm sure that does happen with companies as they are growing. So it's a very short list of things that I don't like, an even bigger list of things that I do like, and I could go on to share, which I will later on this video, about the compound effects that it has had inside my life. So I will say the ease and convenience of using the Oura Ring versus the other things that I've seen out there, it's very simple. You literally put it on, you put your information into the app, and then anytime you fall asleep, it automatically starts tracking, and when you wake up, it automatically starts tracking. Now, measuring that against things like the Apple Watch, that actually has blue light, and I'll do a video later on blue light and why that affects your sleep. But if you're interested in getting more information about sleep, just check this video out up here. It's 4 steps that you can take to getting better sleep and actually having less anxiety. But like I was saying, with my Apple Watch, I would use this app called Pillow, and if you have an Apple Watch and you kind of want to get into like the zone or frame of mind of tracking your sleep, just for the sake of saving money, it might be beneficial for you to use the Pillow app because it's free. But the big downside of it, when I compare it to the Oura Ring, is you actually had to put in when you were falling asleep and hit start, and when you woke up, you had to hit stop. It is a bit more tedious to do that because you actually have to remember, versus the Oura Ring, you're able to just let yourself ease into sleep. So comparing those two, and then also the data that I get from the Oura Ring, it's very measurable. Comparing the Gen 3 to the Gen 2, I feel like the data is more complete. I don't have as many breaks during the night, which means I don't have as many times during the night that I actually had no data, which is something that actually commonly happened with my Gen 2. I submitted many tickets, but there was never anything that came to fruition to solve why I was having blocks in my data. A lot of people said it was because the sensors are moving around and the ring was too loose. It was actually pretty tight, so that may also be something to look out for. I personally enjoy having my ring to where it moves a little bit and I can twist it around, and I've never gotten any false measurements while I have been using the Gen 3. Now, I haven't had any friends tell me they've had issues with their measurements, and I have about 100 plus other friends in my community and my network that do use the Oura Ring for biofeedback and just the overall compound effect that it has in their life. So, which brings me to the big overarching question, do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. If you are someone that wants to take an objective approach towards your health and you want to see the compound effect of something as simple as modifying your sleep, absolutely. The compound effect that having an Oura Ring has had in multiple areas of my life has been exponential. Everything from having a better nighttime routine to being more aware of the things that I do when I am doing them and being more intentional with my time is just a few of the indicators of the compound effect from taking something as simple as my sleep more seriously. Now, I won't lie, there are times in the past where I would wake up and I would see my score and automatically I would let that constitute how I feel that day, which is okay. I've heard of other people saying that as well because, you know, we're human at the end of the day. But one thing that I found that really helped me as I was going through this, if you are considering getting an Oura Ring or considering starting to track your sleep, is first thing in the morning when you wake up, actually check in with yourself. Like, see, how am I feeling? How does my body feel? How do my joints feel? How do I feel mentally, emotionally, physically? Actually checking in and then letting your reading or your measurement be either validation or an indicator that this is where I'm at physiologically, this is where I'm at mentally and emotionally, and using that to really justify how you go about your day. Maybe it's not going to be a day where it's meant for breaking records. Maybe it's not going to be a day where you're meant to max out in the gym. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's a day that you should push the envelope a bit. Having something that gives me an objective measurement day in and day out has been exponential for so many different areas. It's allowed me to take my sleep habits more seriously. It's allowed me to take my time more seriously. It's allowed me to be more effective and really take into consideration how much sleep actually affects us, because statistically we spend about 68% of our life sleeping. And as Drake said, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, and I'm trying to make the most of my time because I firmly believe that time is our most precious resource, and I'm trying to spend my time living well, because at the end of the day, health is wealth. With that being said, if you found this valuable at all, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. It really helps me as a creator to continue to create videos just like this. If you want more information on Oura and you just want to see kind of what it's about, what the process looks like, check out the link in the description. It will save you $50 on a ring and actually get nothing for that. They're allowing me to send that link to a few people just to save you some money. With that being said, I appreciate you being here and I will see you on the next one. Peace.